All right, here we are. So today's Wednesday. So I already posted the hours. Let's check it out. Now, yesterday, remember, we said we can come down, and this is exactly what happened because there was a breach here as well. That's 57 yesterday. We marked it in there. Market breached it. Goes up exactly to your trading hours. Bang down to the PSD target zone on the price. If you're using your ATAM, it should all be crystal clear. Okay, so that's coming down here. That 2602.95 is for today. Yesterday, you would have had the perfect price on there, and also on the weekly, we had that 2606. But because this was breached, selling was a good idea, I did say. And if you said, great. Now remember, the swing day for gold is still not here. All right, so okay, so this might fall down a little bit more on the weekly. You can see we've got levels down there, so this could still potentially go down into that 2,567.58.36 zone there, and not a problem because we're expecting such a move down in order to go back up again. This is an upwards trend, so the market will continue to go up, but we want to pull back to go up. All right, so buying the lows is the better option, and this is the zone we need to, or we're hoping to get into, so we can close that gap here, and that is actually going to be there, and that's where that 2,530 odd comes in. All right, so this is going to be that zone. So if the market goes back, the goodbye kiss is 57, 2639, 2640. So if it goes back into 2640, this is going to be a sell zone, which is logical. As you can see, that's the manipulation there. So if we go back up here, the market should sell off again. This is a pretty good impulse wave. So an A, B, C up is okay. That ABC can also come to the tip of that, and that is 2,628. So the market can sell off from that zone as well. Okay, and there's a bit of a gap here. It could just close that gap and then sell off too. So this zone 2,633 to 39 is a zone you want to keep in mind. Okay, and that's basically it. If it gets up there, just use your trading hours. If we come down, okay, obviously don't stand in front of it, because this is a good formation. Okay, and we've talked about it. Market selling down is a good formation to market, for the market to kind of like continue. Okay, I can now get rid of that. That's all good, and we should dip further into here. All right, so if we go back up, selling is not a bad idea. It's nice to see that pullback on the monthly as well. So that could bring us down nicely into 2,570.45. So that zone is actually nice and healthy for us. Okay, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar as well, remember Monday was a swing day, so the market moved up a little bit. Today is Wednesday. If we go up, we can sell off again, I think. The first support is this 30 level, 1.0951. So you're going to have to mark that in. 0951 is there. Okay. And yesterday I posted this on Twitter. This was just, classic. Why? Because all you had to do, guys, if you've learned technical analysis from me, you know what you're doing. Impulse wave, market pushing up nice and easy. We're in a flag formation. Nice. Look at that. Top of the flag at the trade hour. Okay, so that is like a bingo trade, coming all the way back down, breaking out, pushing back up, selling off. It's just like pretty much classic. Okay, so now what? Well, now we can keep pushing, I guess. Now, if the market does not go below 0951, we don't have a drama, because with the euro dollar, with the euro dollar. Monday was that swing there, right? So the market goes up a little bit. We're going to remember that I've made a note on this one for Thursday. Okay, so you've got to be careful for that one. If today we go up, selling again is a good idea. Okay, you could do that. Not a problem. You can just adjust this. And that's fine. Okay, if we go up here, back into this zone, back into here to sell off, I think it's sellable. Okay. Other than that, though, you've got to be careful because of the note I made about the days. Okay, so overall on the weekly, we've got room to come down. Okay, if the market goes up, selling again down is okay. Where should we sell towards? 1.0873. Okay, that's like there, 1.0791. So this 0873. Okay, that's the first target, 0873. So that is like way down there. So I'm not going to put that in there right now, but you can. Okay, just stick it in there. See, I've already got it there. It's way down. Okay, and on the weekly, okay, we've got 45. Oh, sorry, that is the 0873. On the weekly, on the daily, I'm sorry, that 30 is your first level. If that 1.0951 holds, okay, if this holds, we could push up, and that will be an HCL 1018 on the daily. So 1018 on the daily is going to be there. You're going to have to put this on your radar. If the market goes up, this is what you have to put on your radar. Okay, so not a problem. So if Monday holds, okay, if this low holds, we can push up. If we come back down here and the market does a stop sweep and it's a swing hour and you want to buy, I don't think it's a bad idea, but we got room to come down. So you're like kind of standing in front of a falling rock. Let's see, what can that do? Yeah, 1083 is going to be too far out there. It is going to be too far out there. So the market still has room to push down. Maybe we'll have a sideways market today, side or up, and then tomorrow we can fall. Remember, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we've got news. Okay, so okay, we've got this coming up. Now, when this comes up, okay, the market will have, after this talk, a target all the way into 1120. Okay, so this could actually influence the market in a move, depending on what you're trading, negative or positively, all the way into 1120, and then we can take it from there. But I think it's not a bad day to trade at all. The market will be, what was that? The market will be anticipating that news. All right. So if we go back up, selling again is not a bad idea. If we come down here and it's a trading hour, do it with caution if you're going to buy, simply because, like I said, we have a PST breakout. There should be a pullback to sell again, but we won't know. The market can just keep pushing down. Okay, so don't do anything crazy. SP 500. Well, look what happened to that yesterday. SP 500, it dipped down, went back up again. It's crazy, huh? But this is still a sell motion here. Look where the market is selling, right on a PST at 5751, and that 5751 is there, 5751. Right there on today. Okay, and look at that. That is just awesome. Market is here. That was a PST level, I guess, 5695. maybe it was 569,572. No, that's 5711. So I don't know where I got that from, but I must have got it from a PST level. I can't imagine getting it from somewhere else. It's either a technical level or a PST level. Here it's probably a PST level. Okay. So the market is right there on the PST. Look at that. Trading hours, 11 a.m., 10:30 to 11 a.m. yesterday. Market pushes up and just does not come back. Goes all the way back up. Look at that, to the targets like 5751. If you're using your PST, okay, that's it. Once this bar closed, that's the deal there. Okay, so it's all good. On the weekly, because we've dipped down here, we're in a bit of a drama zone, but you know, there are sellers, there are buyers. This might have the same thing like with gold. If it breaks above, obviously don't stand in front of it, because now we'll start to push up. Remember, the trend is going up, but we need some pullback. Okay, so this thing will eventually want to come back. It will want to do an A, B, C. So it hasn't broken above that high. So this A, B, C is still on the card. So if you want to sell, that's a zone. Buying is at 53,5715. That's your first support of the day. Okay, there. On the daily, if it breaks, don't stand in front of it, because this has got room to break. Look. Okay, it's kind of like a dip down, but at the end of the day, we're still above that PST price. So we're going to have to see. This zone is still a sell zone. Buying here is a bit tricky. If you're going to do intraday, like I said, you got to wait for it to come down in order to buy. Don't buy at the tops here. Okay. On the weekly as well, you can see once this breaks, if it starts to turn over, it's got room to go up. And on the daily, if it breaks out, we're going to have a new target, 69, which is 5837, which is way, way, way up there. Okay, so if you're going to buy, do it with caution, and your levels are going to be there and there on the PST. Okay, this is from earlier on. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Now, indices go together. With the Dow Jones, though, remember we had a nice goodbye kiss level on the PST. There, all right? So the market pulls back. Now, selling again, that's a good place to sell again, because it's broken down, retraced up, selling off. Okay, and just like with the SP500, we want to see this down. Okay, so we want to kind of like see this thing come down, and yeah, and basically this is it. So this zone again, or these targets here, are on the cards, even all the way down to here because of the gap. So selling is not a bad idea. 59 is a target. 41,606 is there. So this is still a target, and selling from this manipulation zone would have been the way to go. All right, if you know technical analysis, that's it. This was the zone, and this is what the market did. All right, came up here, sold off there. Okay, so this can still continue. If it breaks above that, don't stand in front of it, because if you start to break it, stand in front of it, it just might push all the way into 62, because if it goes up, 42,393 is going to be on the radar. 42,393 is there. So this is going to be on the radar if it starts to push up. So don't, stand in front of it if it starts breaking above the weekly pivot. But this zone, in my opinion, is still a sell zone. Okay. Nasdaq. Now with Nasdaq as well, this is the weekly. Okay. Look, pretty much on the dot there. Okay. The lowest it did was 56.04. We had a price of 19,635. 19635 is there. That's still a zone. Look at that. That is just perfection. Market coming all the way into your PST zone. All right, right on there. Okay, right on the PST. Perfect. Okay, weekly resistance still at 2230. So 20,230 is still on the cards. If it gets there, it's sellable. Okay, so if we go there, sell off is okay. But this is a daily breakout. Okay, so once we have this breakout, okay, you don't want to muck around and stay in front of it because this is pretty bullish. Okay. On the other hand, this is your sell zone. So A, B, C sell-off is also logical. So we just have to be careful. We have to be careful here. Okay, it might take us to the weekly and then sell off, which is also logical. All right. But because it's a breakout, I wouldn't want to stand in front of it. I'll just wait to see what happens with this one. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, what's going on? Here we are. Now with Bitcoin, remember, we're in the middle of the channel. That's the daily, and this is the weekly, and this is always the chop zone. So selling the highs to push down, buying the lows to push up, this is how you can play that game. Your resistance for the week, we already talked about at the 56 level, which is 66,255, which we already have. Okay, 66,255 up there somewhere. The market did this on the daily and sold off. This was exactly at the right time and the right PST. So if you want to keep pushing it down, it's doable. On the daily, you got 57, 63,650, 63,650 is there, 63,650. Okay, so if we push up again, selling is okay, and I think the market has got room to sell off. This is, look, let's turn this into a 1 hour chart. You'll see better. Okay, let's do this. Okay, as you can see, this is turning into some kind of a consolidation. If we dip down again, okay, this is going to be support because we bought heavy here. But this is the impulse wave. That's the retracement. And now we're like selling down again. So all of that makes sense to us. Okay. After the impulse wave, market moving up, and then boom, selling off at PST levels. It's just normal. So what I need to do, I need to break below this previous day low. Why? Because that was the support level there. You see the high, the low, this was your zone. But once we break down, okay, it's either going to happen at the previous day high, or if we go up here a little bit, because there's a bit of a room there. So if we push up to sell down again, I think it's logical for it to come down. On the daily, 41 is 65.37. 65.37. So that's going to be a target down there as well. Okay, so if I turn, let me just do this. Let's just do this, a simple one. Okay, there we go. So just get rid of all the lines from before. Okay, so all I have to do basically is add that number in from the daily, 41 65.37, turn it into a target, just round it to 65.50, all right, around there. Okay, so if we push up again, selling I think is okay to do so. Mind you, you can see it hasn't, well, it has really broken there. Okay, like I said, selling downwards I think is okay if the market goes up. If you're using your 4 hour chart, okay, this is it here as well. If we have a breakout, don't stand in front of it until you get to a place where the market will, like come to a target, and then you can sell off. Okay, otherwise don't bother, because if it breaks, we've got room to go back up to sell down again. But like I said, impulse wave A, B, C, selling down is okay. At any retracement to push further below that into maybe that 60.59 zone there. Okay.